Hello and welcome to the Let's Talk Football podcast. Today we've got the Stoke City review and preview for the next game. But I'm going to let Ethan go into exactly what we're going to be discussing in today's show.
So let's get into it. Stoke review slash preview. We're going to be reviewing the Stoke versus Preston game, which was 0-0. Bit of a shit game, but we'll get into it. Then we're going to play ratings in that game, preview Stoke versus Coventry, and the last four games of both teams. Preferred lineups for the Coventry game for Stoke. Then a debate question this week: if the top three of the Championship go up, so currently that's Watford, Norwich, who have automatically gone up, and Swansea. Then which one would be most likely to stay up in the Premier League?
Yeah, and of course as well, we will also give what we think our score prediction will be for Stoke Coventry, which will be interesting after what we've just witnessed with Stoke. But we'll go straight into it then, starting off with the 0-0 draw against Preston. So just before we do the play ratings, what did you think of that one, Ethan?
Well, just get into it. We wanted this lineup. But I think time in midfield, no. And other than that, we just wanted this midfield and defensive partnership with the four at the back. I think tactically, in the lineups, it was at the start. It felt yes, let's go. But at the end of the game, it was just shit. Harry Souttar getting a red card. Yeah. And to be fair, it was a red card because he was last man, but the challenge was so light. It was so
Yeah, I mean,
it was like he didn't even mean a challenge. But yeah, it was a red card. That's because he's last man. So that's fair enough. Other than that, I think Davies had a good performance in goal.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to the, or do you want your thoughts on the game first?
What, before the play ratings?
Yeah.
I'll just quickly say that I mean, we dominated the game, but for majority, especially the first half, we were all over them. And you're thinking, how are we getting into this half time at 0-0? And I actually said to my mate Twig, I said at half time to him that if we don't get a goal soon, it's going to end up being one of those games where we'll dominate all the way through and we'll be disappointed. Something will happen, something big will happen, and we'll end up messing up. Because you could just see it going like that, where you're dominating and you can't finish it off. And I will say that Souttar, he was shocking. He was. I mean, I'm not going to go into it too much because that sort of happens in the play ratings, but overall, didn't create enough clear-cut chances. Any chances we did have, we didn't take. Dominated the game. Then near the end of the second half, they started to get into it a bit more, Preston. And to be honest, I was left feeling like if this is meant to be our best team, then we're screwed because it's terrible. All of it was just awful, and it makes me think how many of the players really care about the season right now, and are the players really playing for the manager? Because the way I'm feeling right now, I don't think there is a lot of players on that pitch right now that are playing for Michael O'Neill. And I can see that, like I said on my Insta story, this team is slowly, mentally just losing it. More and more, they're just slowly losing it. And they're getting, it's almost like they're pushing away from what O'Neill's trying to get into them, that he got into them at the beginning. And one final thing, Dean Holden, he must be thinking he said just before the game about how it's an honour to be assistant coach of this team, and he must have seen that game, on the sideline and just thought, why have I bothered joining here to take responsibility of this? Because it's a mess. It's a mess. If we'd have been like this earlier on in the season, I'm telling you now, we'd probably be in a relegation battle. We'd be anywhere from 18th to, 21st, 22nd. And it's no exaggeration. The only reason we're not in that is because we've been this bad, but we've done it late on. So we can't really get any punishment for it. But yeah, we'll get into it anyway with player ratings.
I want to say something though. Talk about a mess. I've just received off Sky Sports. Boris Johnson says plans for Euro Super League would be very damaging for football, and he would support football authorities in taking action. That's mad.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say that we could. I wasn't quite sure whether to put it in this one or not, but what I was thinking maybe save it for one where Haz is in it, since he's a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, we will. So, we'll come back to it on the Prem show or something like that. Maybe like the UCL.
Yeah, because only really because obviously Haz is a Liverpool fan and it could affect his team. So it'd be interesting. But yeah. So I don't want to go down a loophole now. But I'll start off with you then, Ethan, on your player ratings for the Preston game.
So Davies in goal. He made some good saves, I think, at the end of in the second half. I'll give him a 7. He looked decent. I'll give him a 7. Smith, eager to get forward. Corners caused a problem. When he was taking them, I'll give him a 6. I'll go to Chester first. We'll actually do the formation first this time. Chester, second yellow card in the second half. He was important in trying to build the centre back partnership with Suter, but it was. I mean, even though we did get a clean sheet and we did have a red card, it was okay, the defence. It's just that. I'll give Chester a 6 anyway. Suter, he should have scored. Suter. Midway through the second half.
Yeah.
Since he got a red card, I'll give him a 4, but He did play okay. He wasn't the best, but he did play okay. I'll give him a 6 though. That's quite generous. Wait, 6? I mean 4. My bad. I'll go Norrington Davies. Got him in some brilliant positions in the closing stages, to be fair with him. He had one superb pass, honestly, into the final third in the first half. It was so good. Yeah. But other than that, I'll give him a 6. Mikel, he was always available for the pass. Since we dominated the game, he was always available. He had one ambitious left foot volley, but I'll give him a 7. Clucas, he's getting better. He's getting really sharper now. Clucas is from his hernia surgery. But he almost got a second yellow card in the second half, and just because of that, I'll give it 6. Powell got a brilliant cross for Fletcher's goal, but disallowed, for fuck's sake. I mean, you watched the game, so you would know more than me about if it should be offside or disallowed.
Oh, is that for the Fletcher?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, me and Tug were talking about that. I mean, he didn't... I think we both said again, he didn't really look offside. But
Did he?
No, not really. He didn't really seem like he was offside. Or if he was, it was very close. It would probably be like one of those ones that you'd see in the Prem, with VAR bringing out like the line and everything.
Oh,
for the different. We like one of those, but obviously we haven't got those, so I don't know how the linesman's like seeing that. But yeah, I think a bit harsh again, but you know, there you go.
Yeah. I'll give Powell a 6. Norton, energy, just energy for him. That's his key word, energy. Pace to make defenders think twice, and he could have had an early penalty.
Yeah.
I think it was the right decision to give him his full debut from Michael O'Neill, so fair play to him. I'll give him a 7. Fletcher, he had another disallowed goal, man. He's had so many this season. He should be on double figures, but he isn't. He's on 9. We want our strikers at least getting 10 goals a season, at least.
At least, yeah, minimum.
At least. But he hasn't got it yet, but he is aging a bit. But Fletcher, 9 goals, it's okay, but we need more from him. I'm going to give him a 6. Then on to the substitutes. Thompson for quickest in the 75th minute. Linked well, Norwich and Davies and Simon to help Stoke. But other than that, it's only 15 minutes, so 6. And another player who came on in the 75th minute was Brown for Norton. Don't get why Norton came off, to be fair. I think he should have got his full debut, 90 minutes in, just like that. Because he played a few games and you could see the amount of energy he had. And it's not like he needs to rest. He's a teenager. He's going to have loads of energy. But anyway, Brown, he might have snatched a late winner after creating the run. After a great run into pounce on a poor header. But other than that, it's 15 minutes, not too much time. 6 and Vokes, final one, Vokes to Thatcher. Won a header from a long throw. That's all you can say. 11 minutes, you can't say much. I'll give him a 5. I think, tactically, O'Neill was he was decent, but I thought the players on their day were just slacking. They were just slacking and lacking that edge over Preston to get a winning goal. So,
it seems a bit silly to ask, but what about Danny Batford timing? It's literally he came on 89 minutes in, so, but...
Oh, yeah. Just try and help the defence, didn't he? I'll give him 5. He didn't play much, but I think it was the right decision today to leave Bat out.
Yeah.
Which I was happy about, because the last few games he's been really, really scared on the ball, and I think he needs to work on that. But he should be well experienced enough to deal with that pressure being on the ball as a defender. So over to you for the play ratings.
All right then. Right. So getting into it then, Davies. He was all right. I didn't really think he was particularly impressive, but he didn't really have any issues. Just give him a standard 5. Norrington. We'll go to Tommy Smith actually. Tommy Smith. He was all right. I wouldn't. Yeah, to be honest, no, he was all right. To be honest, he put in a couple of decent crosses, but I'd say average. I'd give him 6. Norrington Davies. Some good runs up. I will say he needs to work on calming himself down, because there's just a couple of times where he's just giving away silly fouls because he just seems to lose it in the moments.
That's happened the last 3 or 4 weeks now, hasn't it?
Yeah, he just keeps doing that. So he needs to. Yeah, so he needs to calm himself down on that. Well, he was decent. I'll give him a 7. Chester. I thought Chester was poor at times, to be honest. I mean, to be honest with you, I can't believe it was more suitable, even Chester times. I can't believe how many times, right, near the end of that second half, that they lost the man that they're meant to be marking. I mean, that's just a defensive basic, isn't it? To mark your man. I mean, really, for a professional footballer anyway, at least it is. Yeah, give him a. I'll give him a 5. Suter, he had a good chance which he put wide. The red card, the foul's light, but the player might have been through, and he's coming behind him, and even if he doesn't mean to sort of force him down, it's clumsy, isn't it? You give a player any sort of contact, and you're just giving him a chance to go down. So you should know better than that. And the other reason why I'm so annoyed about that red card is because the build-up to the red card, the reason Suter's behind him is because he was meant to be marking him. He loses his man, lets his man go free around him, so then he has to play catch-up, and then he's running behind him, and then there's that little bit of contact and he gets himself sent off, but he shouldn't lose his man in the first place. So almost like a lapse of concentration, but that's not good enough. I thought he was really, really poor, to be honest, against Preston. Not a good side either. He's got himself sent off. We don't like it when Danny Batth plays, right? But if Danny Batth plays the next game, which he probably will, I'm not going to be anything that Danny Batth does wrong, anything in the next game if he plays, I'm not actually going to put it on Danny Batth. I'm just going to be more angry with Suter because he'll be the reason. He'll be the reason that Danny Batth plays. I can get annoyed about it, but he'll be the reason because he's not going to be available because I think it's usually just a standard one-match ban. So he's not going to be available for that game now. So yeah, really disappointed in him, raging at him on Saturday. I mean, meant to be our best defender, and he does that. Oh, I'll tell you what, mate, that Nathan Collins Suter debate, I wish we'd done it after this game because I tell you what, my answer would have been different. But I'm gonna give it a 2. I didn't think it was good enough. Not good enough. Tymon, I mean, to be honest, he just sort of summed up why I wouldn't play him. Sort of like in the midfield or on like the wing sort of thing. Because he had one good moment where he had one good chance where it was near enough an open goal on a tightish angle. I get that, but then he's just straight up at the side netting. He's not even been able to manage to steer it on target. I just every time he got the ball, he's either just flinging it in or he's just passing it back to Norrington Davies because he won't take anybody on or anything. It's flat when you play him on the wing. For me, it's got to be somebody else really. So I'm just going to give him a 4. Clucas was all right. Again, a couple of silly challenges though, which seems to happen with a few of these players. I don't know why they keep doing that, but he was all right. But again, I can't really give much because nobody's managed to make enough impact for us to even get a goal against a really poor Preston side. So I'm just going to give it 5. Obi McCall. 5. Obi McCall was decent. Couple of good tackles, couple of good passes. So I'll give him a 7. Powell, he was better. He looked like the really good version that you usually see of him in the first half. But he had a good performance, but did he make that key pass? Did he slip through loads of key chances for the 2 players up front? No, he didn't. So and that's his role as a cam. So I'm just going to give him a 6. Fletcher was all right, but I mean, he looked decent. But the thing is with Fletcher, he's not going to run at the defender. He might create chances with the balls he plays through, but he's not going to run at the defender and get through the defence. Somebody needs to break through for him, and he'll finish it off. And nobody could do that for him properly. So I'm just going to have to give him a... He did score, but he's disallowed. Decent finish as well. I'll give him a 7. He's a very, very respectable striker, but if he doesn't get the service, he's probably not going to score. Norton looked really positive, looked really good, looked really lively. Was absolutely gutted when he came off. Probably the best player on the pitch, to be honest, out of all the players on there.
Yes,
yeah, so I'm just going to give him a... It's a bit generous, but then if I've given somebody a 7 and I'm saying he was the best player here, then I'm going to have to go one better than that. I'll just give him an 8. Yeah. In terms of subs, you had Jacob Brown on for Norton. Now, to be honest, I'm getting a bit sick of Jacob Brown getting minutes because...
Yeah.
He doesn't deserve it. He's not good enough, and I think people need to really stop now with this rubbish about Jacob Brown. He's not very good. He's not very good. I'm not going to go through it again, obviously. Well, the only line I'll repeat, like I said last time, is there's a reason why he played for a Barnsley side that would have got relegated if Wigan didn't have points deducted. There's a reason. And Luke, he's not in that side anymore, and look where they are now. Yeah, I'm not saying that's all down to him.
That's fair enough.
But yeah, so I'd say, but he didn't have enough minutes anyway to really make an impact. So I'm just going to give him a 5. Sam Klukas off, and then you had Jordan Thompson on for 15 minutes as well. Thompson, he was poor, to be honest, actually, because he only had 15 minutes, but he gave away the ball a few times, and I've made my mind up on him. He's not good enough, in my opinion. He isn't good enough. At best, he's average. And when he came on, I wasn't much on him anyway. And then this game, when he came on, we went from having some threat in the midfield to nothing. Like him coming on in mid actually killed off the attacking play.
Just deflated it.
Yeah, just made it so flat. So for me, I'll just give him a 3. I don't know why we signed him. There's a reason why he played for a team a league below us, ultimately. Stephen Fletcher off for Sam Vokes. I mean, look, it's annoying that he keeps coming on, but at the same time, Fletcher can't play a full game because of his age.
Exactly.
And there's not really any other striker that's available, so... I can't, he didn't do anything wrong. I'll just give him a 5. He didn't really have enough time to do anything. Yeah. And to be fair, there was a couple of times where it was, I think it happened twice because I can remember it frustrated me a lot where I can't remember who it was, but just a couple of different players. I think one was Thompson, one was Smith or something, pinging these fast-paced balls through. And I'm thinking, it's Sam Vokes up front. That is definitely not his game. What are you doing that for? But anyway, I'll just give him a 5. And then Josh Tarman off for Danny Batth. That's obviously really because of the red card. So I can't. I mean, yeah, he's come on. I don't like Danny Batth, but look, that's Suter's fault. That's Suter's fault. Yeah. It's not Danny Bath's fault or Michael O'Neill's fault. That's Suter's fault. So. I'll just give him a 5 because he's not played long enough to obviously with how late he came on. So I'll just give him a 5.
Yeah.
But we'll move on then. So Stoke go up against Coventry on Wednesday. 7 o'clock kickoff, that one. So that's Stoke's next game. And we'll just quickly look at the last 4 games for both teams just to give a little bit of an idea of what this one could shape up to be, this fixture. So for Stoke, since they're the home team, we'll go with them first. So Stoke went away to Bristol, 1-2-0. Gosh, that Stoke team seems like so long ago. I think I said that last time, but it actually does. Like that team, doesn't it though? It's like completely different now. And it's only a difference of a few games. But so Stoke went away to Bristol and won 2-0. Then Stoke were at home against Millwall, lost 2-1. Then Stoke went away to Birmingham, lost 2-0, and then Stoke were at home against Preston and drew 0-0. So, in summary, Stoke's last 4 games, they've got 1 draw, they've got 1 win, and 2 losses. So, not very impressive at all in recent form for Stoke. Moving to Coventry, though, their last 4 games, they beat Bristol City 3-1 at home. Then they went away to Bournemouth and got a 4-1 thrashing. Then they went away again to Rotherham and got a 1-0 win. And then in their last game, pretty impressive result considering how well Barnsley have been doing. But Coventry were at home and they beat Barnsley 2-0. So in Coventry's last 4 games, they've got 3 wins and 1 loss. So decent form, really. Quite good form, to be fair. So that will give them some confidence going into this one. But with all that being said, I'm going to go to you for your preferred lineup for this fixture.
So, in goal, I think we should just stick it out with Davies. Right back, go with Smith. Then left back, Narrington Davies. Then 2 centre-backs in Chester. And I would say Suter, but he's got a red card. So, unfortunately, there's only one man, and you're going to hate this as much as I do. And it's Danny Batth. What time's it come? Man, what time's it come? Anyway, 3 central midfield, like attacking. Well, wait. 3 midfield. There you go. Of Mikhail, Klukas, and Powell. Cam. Then left wing, go Norton. Then Fletcher up front. And then we'll go with you know what, sorry, Jacob Brown. I don't care. That's my lineup, mate.
Right, I'm just quickly. Right.
No, move on.
Yeah. Right. So I've just had
say something though. Reece Campbell has been seen in the training, so
yes, seen that.
That's good. Maybe he could play a game at the end of the season, and we can be happy.
Let's see, shall we?
You never know.
I don't think. I mean, yeah. But right, I'll go into my preferred lineup then. So in goal, I'll have Davies. Left back, I'll have Norrington Davies. Right back, I'll have Tommy Smith.
Jeez. Fair enough, yeah.
Playing a 4-3-3. My 2 centre backs. One would be Chester. Now, obviously, Suter's not available. But why the hell would I play Danny Batth? Right. Now, I was looking. I was thinking, who else is there? So I just did a quick little bit of research because I am desperate not to pick Danny Batth because I think he's a disgrace. And I've come up with a solution. He's in the under-20s team. He's 19 years old. His name is Kieran Coates. He's a centre-back for Stoke City. So put him in, give him a game. Why not? Because, right, we've got nothing to play for now anyway. So why not chuck him in? He's going to love it. It's going to see what level our younger players are at. And it's better than putting in somebody that we know doesn't work. So I'm gonna put in. I'm gonna just put in Kieran Coates. Why not? It's more adventurous than But there you go. I'll go with that. And then my midfield 3 would be Klukas, McCall, and Powell. Then my front 3. Now there's a bit of an issue because obviously McLean's out. And then you look at who the backups are. You got Jacob Brown. Matondo doesn't offer anything. Now usually it'd be quite easy because you could just have Norton, and then you've got Clark. But obviously Clark got injured, so he's not here anymore right now anyway. So I'm just going to go left wing because I'm determined to not play Jacob Brown either because I don't think he deserves the time. So I'm just going to put Time in there again because even though I don't think he was that good, There's not really many options. I can't wait for McLean to come back, really.
Do you know next season,
Yeah.
would you want to sell Timon or loan him out?
Right, well, I'll tell you what, I'll tell you just the rest of my squad and then I'll answer it. I said I've Timon left.
All right.
Norton on the right. See how he is as a wing player. Because he's got a lot of energy, so he might be able create some chances. And then I'd have Fletcher up top because he's the best one to tuck him away. Timon, next season, I'd to be honest, I'd just try and... he's a player, I wouldn't want to loan him, but I would want to sell him.
Yeah.
I'd want to sell him, basically. So I would want him out. Yeah, I'd try and sell him because I don't think he really benefits us that much. We've seen that he doesn't play that well when he's playing at left back, which is meant to be his main, or was meant to be his main position. He's all right in midfield, and then he's not good enough on the wing, so I just don't really... And the only time he features is when a player's out injured, which just says it all. Really.
Yeah.
It shows he's not really valued that highly. So, I'd try and sell him, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
What about you? Would you sell him or would you just keep him or loan him?
See, I think we should try and loan him out just to get him game time and see where he is and that.
Yeah.
But I think for his quality, he'd have to go like a League One, League Two side, at least.
Yeah.
I think Bolton, honestly, Bolton Wanderers.
Yeah. Right, fair enough.
He get game time since like he's with Stoke and everything. Unless he plays that shit, then yeah, fair enough. But I think Bolton, I mean, they loaned Verlinden off us. So they know we've got some good quality young players. But is Timon? I don't think so. But I think if they want to test it, I think they could. But any other League Two side, they could. League One, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't think Championship level at the moment for him.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right, then. So moving on to score prediction for Stoke against Coventry. Obviously, Stoke are at home, as I said before, 7:00 kickoff. I think I've been told that it's on Sky Sports Red Button. So just for anybody out there who has got Sky or whatever, you should be able to watch it on Red Button. But yeah. So your score prediction for the game, do you think? What do you think will be the score?
I'm just going to give it simple answer, 1-0 for Stoke.
All right, then. I think Stoke... I think Stoke are going to disappoint us again. 1-1 draw against Coventry.
Okay.
Don't like to be negative, but saying that, but at the same time, there's no point for me saying that Stoke are going to win every week if I don't believe that they're going to win. And this time round, I genuinely don't believe they will. Now, if they do, that's fair enough. But just with what they've given me the last few games, and there's been a couple of games where you think, yeah, we should beat these, and we haven't. So I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. Anyway, so then we go to the final topic then, which is, as Ethan said at the beginning of the video, the top three in the Championship right now. Obviously, Norwich first, already secured promotion. Congratulations to Norwich on that. And then you've got Watford in second and Swansea third. So let's just say that Swansea, for the sake of the question, let's just say that Swansea do win the playoffs and go up. Obviously, Watford and Norwich, well, Norwich are anyway. Watford probably will anyway. So we'll just say that Swansea do as well, since they're the next highest ones up there. So out of Norwich, Watford and Swansea, if you had to pick one team that was to stay up, say the other two got relegated, or you had to pick one, you were doing a bet, right? You put money on it, and you had to put money on one team that you like. Out of the three, that's the team that's most likely to stay in the Premier League by the end of the first season. Who would you go with?
I mean, I think if they had like a good like transfer market window, I think Norwich would stay up because, as we know, Norwich they haven't spent in the Premier League like they did the season before.
Yeah.
So I think if they spent money, guarantee it. I actually guarantee they'd stay up.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I think they've got so much good quality, like Buendia, Tom Campbell, Pukki. I mean, don't forget, Pukki was player of the month first month in the Premier League, but went downhill after that.
True.
Obviously. But I think they've got enough quality to stay up.
Yeah,
so that's my answer, Norwich.
All right, fair enough. For me, if I had to pick a team, I'd probably go with Norwich as well. Like, they've got a settled manager that they know they're going to want to stick with the season that he's had. They've not really had any major downfalls, which will give them some confidence. They could well win the league, which they probably will do. So then they're going to have even more confidence going into the Premier League season after winning it. I think, like you said, they just need to invest a little bit this time.
I think last season they only spent like 12 million, I'm pretty sure, on players. And for a Premier League side, doing that is shocking investment, I think.
Yeah, true. It ain't good enough, yeah. You need to be spending more than that. But I'd say Norwich, a little bit of investment this time, but just the way that they're playing like with complete confidence. They play like a Premier League side. That's the thing. Like the way they're playing right now, they just look too good for everybody. So yeah, and to be fair, we've spoke about this. Norwich, they've got a game on Tuesday, 6:00 kickoff at home against Watford. So first against second, that could give an idea of maybe who is like at the best level right now. But yeah, it'll be interesting.
To be honest, though, if Watford do go up, and they should do, I am really looking forward to it because Cycling GK, mate, Premier League quality GoPro in goal, absolute seeds.
Yeah, that would be sick. To be fair. That would be sick. Yeah, true.
And it would get picked up on as well.
Definitely, yeah.
By the commentary.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it would be good to be fair for that. I've heard people say that before. I think Jack Mate said that. Yeah, it would be decent to be fair that. But so we're both going with Norwich then.
Yeah.
But that just before we wrap it up, because that is everything that's planned for this podcast. Since it is a Stoke podcast, just wanted to say that as of recording right now, Inter Miami are playing LA Galaxy. Shawcross is on the bench for this one. Obviously, if he does come on, he'll make his debut. Be his first ever appearance for the team, first game of the season. So good luck to Shawcross tonight. I will say it is half time. Yeah. Inter Miami are winning 1-0 right now, which is good for Shawcross. Higuain with a sweaty. He went all the way through and he just laid it across to Robinson, his name is, to finish it off. But one thing we'll just say, it's nice to see about this, all the fans are allowed in the stadium here. And literally there's fans in there that at half time jumping up and down with the shirts off and everything. It looks mad. So I rate that. Anyway, good luck to Shawcross tonight. And hopefully he does get some minutes. But that is everything for today's podcast. So if you did, we hope you enjoyed listening to it because we certainly enjoyed making it. If you did enjoy listening to it, then please like and subscribe. If you've got any thoughts, comments, ideas, suggestions, really anything, or maybe even some tips, anything, then just put it in the comment section below. Thank you for all the support we have been getting recently. I don't think we've even spoke about the 200, have we?
No, I don't think we have.
What are we on right now? Because I've not even. It's because I don't want to say it on here, and then turns out we've gone. You know. Do you know what we're on?
Yeah. Yeah, thanks guys for watching, and no, I'll say we're on 187.
187. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So hopefully we'll get back to 200 then. But thank you for everybody who has been supporting the channel, though. To be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully we get so then, you know, same target as before. Hopefully we'll get 200 subs. But that's everything. If there's anything you want to add, Ethan.
Yeah, like just keep like whoever's watching this video, just keep subscribing to the channel. It's free, and we're so close to 200 subscribers. So we really want to hit that and keep on growing as a channel. And hopefully hit 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah. Well, yeah. On the long term.
And whoever is watching this video, thank you for watching. We do really appreciate you guys watching. And like Warren said, any comments is much appreciated. Tips and everything.
Yeah.
And that's all from me. That is.
All right, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
In a bit.
TikTok, all star.